As I said before, it was the best carbine in the game, so maybe it'll be a little bit more balanced now. I have no idea. Maybe, perhaps. Alright, so hello gamers, and welcome to a massive update that the test place just got in Phantom Forces. There are huge changes here. G3 and AG3 nerfs, changes to the MG3 KWS, the RPK74, the RPK, and a lot of other guns. Also K2 nerf for some reason, but yeah. Let's just start it off with the K series changes. Apparently there are two new conversions. First off, 556 on the K7, which does 33 to 19 and has 850 RPM. What? Huh? First off, what is the purpose of this? This is just like a generic 4 to a 6 shot done with 850 RPM. Like, what's the point of this? This is literally just a K1A with slower RPM and weird recoil. There's also a conversion on the K2 now, which is kind of cool. We're gonna try to see if this is okay at least. Yeah, it feels kind of I don't get it. What purpose does it fill? I guess it's suppress. It just feels like a weird honey badger, but bad. The K7 also got slightly adjusted recoil, but it's not a big problem. The K2 though now has more recoil and a different sight mount. Coyote sight kind of sucks now, but at least it doesn't get in the way of your irons. But it does have 7.62, which does 39 to 24. It only has 625 RPM. Oh my gosh, okay. It does have 30 rounds, and it does have a little bit more RPM than other stuff. And I guess they are nerfing the Type 58, but like, this is just kind of a worse Type 58. It does worse damage, it has worse ranges, it has way worse recoil, and it also does worse min damage, which means it's not going to be a 4-hit kill very often. I know these conversions are very new, and they probably will fix them, but right now they just feel kind of not like anything too special. Usually when they have a conversion added, it really does feel like something different. It is the DR300, I don't know what that means, but yeah, the overall K2 recoil has been adjusted. It doesn't feel that bad. The sight mount is weird. I do not like this new sight mount. It's probably more realistic and whatnot, but like very far up your gun. Wait, does the K1A have 7.62? Oh, 42 to 24, 750 RPM. This actually looks like it's gonna be cool. I'm not sure what this is supposed to be. I guess it's kind of like a AKS74U 7.62 conversion. That's interesting. Really high damage. I don't think it has a torso multi, so 2-hit kills are not going to be the best to get, but it does shoot pretty fast, and it is kind of like an AK-74 U762, but kind of just worse. Worse 2-hit kill range, worse 3-hit kill range. Usually I'm like, oh, new conversions, that's cool. I mean, I don't know. It just doesn't feel like they're adding a lot with these new ones. Now, the G3 got a huge change, which I am not a fan of. The G3, as you know, is my highest kill gun. It now fires slightly slower, but other than that, same kind of stuff. Ooh. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. It will be a bit more accurate, and it still has the same niche because it still has a 2x headshot multi and the same damage. But I'm not a big fan of that. It feels a bit too sluggish now. I'm not gonna lie. Like, it doesn't 2-hit kill body. Yeah, it does great headshot damage, but 580 RPM is still like less than like the AK-47. It just didn't feel like it needed that much. Era and T-Break made it a little bit too good, and I wish that didn't get added because this is my highest kill gun. And will I be using it after this change? I'm not sure. It also reloads slower, which is fine, I guess. I don't really have a huge problem with that. It feels like it has adjusted recoil, but I cannot tell. I'm not going to say good change. I don't like this because the AG3 also got changed, and it got changed to a point where it's like, what are they even doing with this game? Like, really? They switched what the AG3 and the G3 are. If you really wanted to, you could maybe adjust the damage slightly on the G3, but the G3 used to be the worst battle rifle in the game back when it did 35 to 25, and I don't want that back. But yes, the AG3 now has 580, so they basically switched the RPM of the AG3 and the G3, meaning that and also they made the reload faster, which means the AG3 is the new G3? Like, why did you switch them? It doesn't make any sense. I don't know. One of them needs to be the more accurate version, and now the AG3 is just slightly less damage, but just more accurate and fires faster by like 40 RPM. I don't get it. It felt like they were pretty balanced before. I like the G3 more, but the AG3 was extremely accurate, and now it's just very much the better gun. I don't get it at all. Will I move over to the G3? I mean, the AG3 instead of the G3 now? Because this feels a lot more like what I'm used to from the G3, and it just doesn't make any sense. Like, why are they switching the stats of the guns? The RPK actually got a nerf to its recoil, so now it's basically not a better AK-47, which is good. And also, it's a little bit quieter, which is really good as well. Still sounds really cool, but my problem with it was that it hurts my ears to shoot this thing because it is extremely loud. Because it sounds cool, but it's way too loud compared to like literally every other gun in the game. But yeah, that's a good change, and I feel like it's still going to be extremely powerful. But next up, we have the RPK74, which did get a nerf, and I like the nerf as well. Basically, what it got is 21 min damage instead of 24, which is good. Less 4-hit kill opportunity at range, and it has a slightly worse max damage range. This might still be the best LMG in the game, but at least least it is more balanced. Definitely a good change. I like how they're going kind of small with it to not make it the worst gun ever, but it probably should still be one of the best guns in the entire game, so don't get your hopes up if you're a hater of this gun, and if you like this gun, don't be discouraged. Keep using this gun. Basically, it has a worse 3-hit kill range by like 10 studs, worse 2-hit kill range by like 10 studs. It's still like 90 stud 3-hit kill range instead of like 100, which is still really, really good, so not a huge problem. And the same min damage range, but worse min damage. Still gonna be a 5-hit, but not as good of a 4-hit at range, which is all good changes. Really like that. The MG3 got a complete rebalance, basically. And if you look at the stats, you might think, hey, this is kind of a nerf, but it actually might be kind of a buff as well. Basically, it has worse horizontal recoil, which I really can't feel at all. However, look at this reload. That is actually really good now. It's about like 1.5 seconds faster, and it's still like 6 seconds, but instead of like 8 seconds, it's a lot better. So yeah, you might actually be able to perform better with this gun now. And yes, it does have a slightly worse 3-hit kill range and 2-hit kill head range. It got a little bit less max damage range. Not a huge problem. It's like 55 instead of like 65 or something. So pretty small changes to it recoil-wise, and except for the reload. The reload is the big thing here, because empty reload, pretty good. You know, it's still not great. The cannon, I'll just go over really quickly. It's more of a meme gun, but yes, it has different blank ammo, which now have a lot of reserve ammo. This has 50, wait, what? Oh, interesting. And how does it reload? Oh, so now you have a lot more shots in your cannon, and you can also reload while aiming. No other gun can do that. I asked Willow if they could make the GB able to do that, because if the GB22 could do that, man, it would be a lot better. But yeah. But my current really good setup would be 50 Beowulf blanks and the golf ball, right? Yeah, golf ball. This is probably the best setup, the only setup you can use and do pretty good with, because basically this conversion has about an 80 stud torso kill range, as well as 3,000 velocity, which is not bad at all. I mean, it's still a meme gun, but this is like the most usable setup. I should probably put a sight on it so it's actually usable. This is a really, really bad gun. Like, don't actually pre-buy it, definitely, or use it to do good, but if you like meme guns, it's not too bad. Wow, I'm trying to account for the drop, but I don't know what it is. It's one of the most fun things with this game, is that since guns aren't hit scan, you gotta like actually account for the drop. Ooh, hello friend. Okay, actually got a Saiga 50U kill. Let's go. But yeah, overall pretty cool. The ammo types are pretty self-explanatory. There's a shotgun one, there's a cannonball, and that is basically just big damage version. They have also reworked X95R recoil, which should make it, yeah, that's a lot more. Okay, basically you got some recoil on the X95R, which is funny because before the buff, it was actually kind of better than it is right now, because it didn't really have a ton of recoil. Then they gave it super good recoil, and I've always said that this is a really good gun. With 300, I never really liked the default ammo on it, but now it's actually balanced. You know, it's got the faster reload. However, it's got some recoil. As I said before, it was the best carbine in the game, so maybe it'll be a little bit more balanced now. I have no idea. Maybe, perhaps. There's a mild possibility it won't be the best gun in the entire video game. However, don't get your hopes too much up. Yeah, it's definitely not going to beam people super hard, but still really good. Now the AK-12 takes the squad barrel, which is pretty cool. It also has the carbine barrel, which is nice as well, for better headshot damage, being able to 2-hit kill head with default, which is pretty cool. Squad barrel is so busted. It basically just gives you better velocity, better pen, better damage ranges, and a little bit less recoil. So AK-12 busted now. They've actually changed one of my least favorite versions in the game, which is Uzi 41 AE. Also, I think they rebalanced Uzi 45. Yeah, they did. Basically, this has better min damage by a little bit, better headshot multi, and does 50 instead of 51, but since it has a 2x headshot multi, it can actually 1-hit kill head to 40 studs. I'm gonna be real, this is still not great. If you like it, you can use it, it's fine. However, SA58 is kind of just better. I'm not a huge fan of it, but if you like it, it's pretty good. 45 ACP now multiplies horizontal aimed camera recoil by 6 times, now reduces your max damage range. However, it does 44 times 1.2, allowing it to, I believe, yes, 2 shot to the torso, and has 24 min. It does have quite a bit of camera recoil. Okay, it's got some horizontal recoil. This is going to be really, really good. I'm not a huge fan of the default Uzi, but close range 2-hit, pretty good. Maybe better than the M3A1 in a lot of ways. Shoots faster. That's about it. Like, that's all it really has, but it shoots faster than the M3A1. The big downside is that it shoots super slow. So speaking of the M3A1, we actually got a rebalance to Type 37, which now does more damage, has a 2x headshot multi, allowing it to do like 76 headshot, which is pretty good. It has a torso multi, but less min. So it can 4-hit kill torso at long range, has really low recoil, and It's not too bad. I'm gonna be honest, this is a good change to an awful conversion, so maybe it will be okay. Probably not the best or anything, but at least it will be better. And I don't think you'll be seeing this one in game very often, but at least it's better, man. I kind of see what they did there with the 24 min, because you're like, well, it's still a 4-hit kill torso. That's not what they were getting rid of. What they were actually getting rid of was the 2-hit kill head at any range. I saw what you're doing there, Stylist. Because with 25 and a 2x headshot multi, that's 50 headshot at range. But yeah, it's very accurate. They also changed the MP5 definitely after my video on how bad it was. It does have a worse max damage range than before. However, it has a 1.6 times headshot multi, which means it can 2-hit kill head in close range, which is good because the default gun can't do that, and it also has no recoil. I'm not gonna lie, this is not awful. I'd still say MP5/10 is better because I just prefer a 3-hit kill body, but it is actually balanced with the default ammo now. It actually is pretty good. They were talking about like, maybe we're gonna have to nerf it. I don't think you have to nerf it, but maybe the recoil is too good. I don't know. I'm not gonna lie. It's pretty accurate. Not great drop or anything, and the recoil isn't the best ever, but I'd say this is a pretty solid conversion. Henry Big Boy conversion has a little bit more RPM. Not going to change much because Henry Big Boy still kind of sucks, but if you like it, that's a buff to your favorite gun, I guess. The Vickers suppressor, basically this gives you a 60 stud max damage range, so a better 3-hit kill range, a better min damage range, and a little bit less recoil. It doesn't make your min damage better anymore, but better 3-hit kill range is still better than that. So if you want kind of an old AS Val bag, this might be kind of busted for that. 60 stud 3-hit kill range, that's really, really good. Like, it doesn't have as good recoil as comp does, but maybe look out for this one, I guess. I don't know why it would reduce your recoil, considering it gives you a better 3-hit kill range by quite a bit. But it isn't like pay to win because it's like built in with the gun. But I guess you could just pay for the gun, so that's not really not pay to win, I guess, because you still gotta pre-buy the gun if you don't have it. The remove suppressor is actually an attachment that does stuff now. Basically, if you put this on, you get the upsides and downsides of a carbine barrel, which means better headshot multiplier, allowing the Honey Badger to 2-hit kill head, which is pretty nice. However, it sounds awful. So you could use it if you wanted to. It's not awful. Cannon changes are like all over the place. I will fully cover the cannon when it actually gets added to the game. But right now I'm not going to do that. Really not a point because it's going to get changed anyways. There are two final changes. First off, the bridle brandisher now has a headshot multiplier of 3.0, which means I think it's like one of the only, if not the only, melee that can't 1-hit kill to the front, but can 1-hit kill to the head. Other ones will hit marker head unless it's a backstab, which is a cool change. I kind of like that. So if you're going for headshots with this gun, oh, it does 1-hit. That is really, really cool. I like that. And the final change is Chris Vector 3576. Now this has a faster reload time, so they did take my advice. A better 3-hit kill range, and a torso multi, a worse headshot multi, but it does have a torso multi. Better pen, and overall, this is a very interesting conversion. Has really high recoil, and it will be a 6-hit kill at range, which it already was. However, it can 5-hit kill the torso at range. Doesn't do the best headshot damage, but I think it can still 2-hit kill head, which is nice. However, because it reloads faster, I'm gonna be real, this is a decent conversion. I like this. And because of the damage overall being so great, I might even start running it because I can kill a guy with 25 rounds. I think I can kill a guy with 16 rounds with it. It does have downsides, like the recoil sucks, but I like the extra reload time it gives you. I would love it if they could revert some of the changes on the G3 and the AG3. I do not like them. I think that they need to rethink that and consider that the G3 is supposed to be the faster firing one, and now the AG3 will just be better. It probably will be because I don't feel like the changes are balanced at all and probably won't make it into the game because of that. That's just my opinion though. Okay, anyways gamers, that is this update and review. If you guys did enjoy, make sure to like and sub, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.